Snap. I get it, whatever you need. I got my phone.
Type around, type. Bangladesh, house. All right. Check the page first. So we live. Press it.
Yeah. Shalom, testing. Sound like we are live.
Yeah. All right. You know what? So we type.
Shalom, testing. We're live, brother.
All right, Shalom, Yasharala.
Shalom.
Like you, we having technical difficulties, but the power of the Prince of the Air is not going to stop this from going on. All right, so this is GMS Baton Rouge, GMS Lafayette, coming on the edifying exhortation for the elect. I don't want Robert desire is edifying to the hearers. We're going to get infinite honest to our Heavenly Father, my great King.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaRachakodash.
Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops who are Heavenly Father poured the Spirit on us to teach us the glorious gospel. And salutation to our fellow laborers in the Mashiach Yahweh, pushing this beloved doctrine across the phone wind. Shalom.
Shalom, mighty Shalom.
Right? And we're going to jump straight into it for the third time. Okay?
After three.
That's the one. We do the same one. Yes. For the third time, and we're going to go into uproars of the people, the tokens that the signs that the Lord gave us that we're at the end. And one of those major tokens is the uproars amongst the peoples. And throughout the planet Earth, when you turn on the tube and look at the news, these rumors of war, so on and so forth, all right, what do you see? Uproars in Bangladesh, uproars in Nigeria, uproars in Kenya, uproars in the UK, uproars in France, okay? And you're definitely about to have uproars here in Babylon, here in America, all right? They just haven't came full throttle yet. But you got people going in the streets protesting and rioting, man. All right, in Bangladesh, they killed hundreds of protesters for coming out against the government. In Nigeria, they killed people for what? Coming out saying, look, this hyperinflation, we can't feed our family. This is a telltale sign. These are prophecies being fulfilled that we're at the end. Not just the last days, but the final hour. You got it, brother.
2 Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
And the way you measure the time diligently, you got to be occupied in these prophecies before time written in these scriptures, in this Bible, man. Okay, and you got to understand them. You got to pray for the Lord to let His Holy Spirit descend on you so you can have eyes to see it and ears to hear it. And when you look at the news and see the things that are coming on the news, you be able to funnel those things through the scriptures. That's how we're able to know we're in the last hour. All right, that our great King's second coming is upon us, and the demise and the utter destruction of America is going to happen in our lifespan. Okay, because we're measuring these beautiful times diligently. Bring it out, brother.
Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass.
When you see these prophecies come to pass that were aforetime written, and you read and study these scriptures, all right, and you link them up with the times that we're living in, what's going to happen?
Which I have told thee before.
Come on.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
All right, that's when all hell is going to break loose. Societies is going to collapse. Economies are going to crash. Great death is going to go throughout the planet Earth. That's how the Lord is going to speak to the people. Pain is going to become a universal language. I seen a brother on the sit down say that. And that pain is going to be a universal language.
Yeah.
What it would say inside was written, mourning, lamentation, and woe.
And then shall they know it after death by pain.
After death by pain. Then they shall know prophets was amongst them. Okay? Prophets of doom is a good thing, man, in this final hour, man. All right? It ain't no good news for the last days. The third woe, the second war is past, the third woe coming quickly. What is that third woe? World War III. All right? And what happens before World War? Jacob's trouble. You know, they all synchronized within one another. Okay? And that's why we're seeing these uproars amongst the people. That's why we're seeing these riots in various countries. And the worst one is going to come here in America. You got it, brother.
Scriptures go into in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, about there's a time and a season for everything. When the branches are yet tender, you know that summer is nigh.
And
So
the branches yet tender of what? Prophecies coming to pass.
that's
You
right.
got it, brother Salaki.
So it says, 2 Ezra 9:2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
All right, and there's only a few men that could read the signs. That's Matthew the 16th chapter. He say you could read, you see the sky is lowering and it's turning red. You can read the weather, but you can't discern the signs of the time. Okay? You see all these people riding across the planet Earth, and you can't equate that to the final hour. You see these economies crashing throughout the planet Earth, everybody going digital. All right? A digital currency is becoming a theme of the day, and you can't link that to Revelation the 13th chapter.
Yeah.
Okay? These are the signs of the time. These are the tokens. This is how you measure the times diligently.
Yeah. Scripture say, make it plain upon the tables, that he that read it may run it. So we're running to do what? Tell our people, hey, it's a short amount of time. Measure the time diligently. It's a season for everything. We're in a season, just like you have a season. If you go outside and you say, man, it's cold, you're not going to go out there without your jacket. You're not going to go out there if it's humid or hot without appropriate covering on, man. Just like the season of the times, man. We know that it's the time for the MOTB to be implemented, fully implemented. All hell to break loose. How do we know that? The spirit of the prophets, apostles, on down to least of us. Apostle Tahar coined this year, what, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So what manner of conversation should we be in? Just in that statement. You got it, huh?
And what, to add on what you're saying, fools are in the what? House of mirth. But wise men in the house of mourning. This is the time to warn. During the time of war, you have a lot of warning. What? People die. The bridegrooms lament because they're what? Grooms are put to death. All right, we're in a time of war. Ain't no time to be in the spirit of jolliness and mirth. All right? We're preparing for war. Ain't nothing to be smiling and kicking and laughing about in this final hour. You got riots going everywhere. People could barely feed their children. Everybody living from check to check.
Judgment going out.
Yeah. Yes, brother.
Real quick, just to back y'all brothers up, Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it?
The Lord has commissioned this through prophecy, written aforetime in the ancient world. Ezra was before Yahweh. You know, Ezra was before the apostle.
Yeah.
Well, that's about 3,000 years.
The temple was destroyed, yeah.
Yeah, that's about 3,000 years ago, man. Okay? When Daniel 9 and Ezra's the 7th chapter is basically saying the same thing, but Daniel said 70 weeks, and then when it came to Ezra, it was a little bit closer, but it was the same prophecy. You see what I'm saying? So we talking 3,000 years ago, man. Okay? So these prophecies have come to light in this day and time, man. In this day and time, and you got to know what you're seeing.
Yeah, because, hey, just to go into that, Jeremiah 28:8 says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old. And we believe that we were those prophets. So how much more of these times? That would be like us saying the prophets that have been before thee. And who were those? Amos, Ezra's. They prophesied of what? Pestilence, evils, kingdoms being taken down, until eventually what happened? The kingdom was actually taken down.
And you know what's crazy, brother? They didn't even know what the fuck they didn't understand what they was quoting.
Yeah. We got the fullness of it in these times.
This is the generation,
we got the fullness of it in these times, man.
Yes, brother.
To be able to see it clearly. That's why it tells you in 2 Ezra, it says, thou shalt well understand these things. How do we well understand them? Because we're coming back in the lot of our forefathers. We are our father's fathers. We are the prophets of old. Lord willing, we be at that number. I don't want to write but it's the last verse. Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
All right. That's what we are linking, subject matter of this sit down is the riots that's going on throughout the planet Earth in various nations. All right. And the Lord has revealed to us through his spirit and power. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is what? Spirit of prophecy. These are prophecies being fulfilled when we see these things happening on the planet Earth, man. All right. And we're supposed to be elated. We're supposed to be joyful. This ain't bad news because we see riots and people dying. This is the reason to say, call Halayim Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The Nigerians killed hundreds of people. the people of Bangladesh ran the prime minister out of the country and stormed her mansion. You see what I'm saying? This is something to rejoice about, man. You got it, brother. Yeah, you was done.
I got a word after that's gonna go in with the brother's article.
And look, everything that's happening across the earth hasn't hit America full throttle. These are things, shadows of things to come here in America. Right. What you see what's happening across the planet Earth.
Yes.
Because when it hits America, it's going to be 10 times worse than what's going on in Bangladesh.
Right. So, so that the prophecy be fulfilled, thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You got it, brother.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Good point. And the reason America is no longer going to be counted tender and delicate, because things like this, brother, is about to read, is about to happen in America. You got it, brother.
This is from Reuters.com, and the title of the article says, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina flees.
A woman, head of state, that's off in itself. Bring it out.
Says, Army says interim government to be formed.
All right, interim government to be formed. Let's see why. You got it, brother.
All right, then it goes into 5 bullet points. This is the first bullet point that says, Prime Minister Hasina resigns and flees to India. And it's number 2.
She flees to India. She leaves the country that she had all power in, that she was governing, and she flees. When you flee from something, that means what? Turmoil is coming against you.
Yeah.
Death is coming.
You're being pursued.
You're being pursued. And this is the government. We need to get that Kings and Princes.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, bring it out.
Bullet point number 2. Hasina left for own safety, says son.
She left for her own safety. This is the president. Prime Minister, president, czar, Caesar, all the same. The head of state, the head of the country, so-called queen. She left her own dominion for fear of safety. Why? Because of a revolt. You got that?
Yeah. Let me just bring this out real quick, and I got that word. Then I'm gonna bring it out. Second Ezra 9:3, continuing, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, I got the word uproar of the etymology. It says an outbreak. An uproar is an outbreak of disorder, a revolt, commotion. It says a riot, a stirring up. It says to move, to stir, to shake. It says noisy shouting. Yeah, a roar.
You got it, brother.
Hey, and that's what's happening all across the earth. And eventually it's going to trickle down to America. And we're seeing it in little flares. All right, you got these different governors coming down with their irrational views. All right, pushing them on the people and pushing that theory, that mindset that's backed by ultimately the system, which the scriptures go into as the anti-Mashiach, but it's all according to prophecy. You got people that are set against another, and it's going to be from city to city, like the scriptures say, from place to place, people against people, and then like the scriptures go into in 2 Ezra, the 13th chapter, realm versus realm. So the Lord is breaking this society down in all manners of levels. But back in 2 Ezra chapter 15, get it real quick. 2 Ezra 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And he's gonna get so critical to say this lady left her country because of revolt from the people that she's been governing over. Okay, that's gonna become a common thing in his last days, man. That's just what happened to her is gonna happen here in America. There will be a civil war, and these militia groups are gonna try to overtake the government because they're gonna be angry, saying they're trying to take away our civil liberties. You got Trump supporters all down here in this Bible Belt, in these southern regions, the SEC, and they're saying if he loses, there will be a civil war. They were saying that the last time he got ousted. They say if he loses this one, there will be a civil war. Okay? And people will be storming the White House again. Okay? You got it, brother.
I got a quick word. It says sedition. The word sedition off the online etymology. It says rebellion, uprising, revolt. It says a factitious commotion in the state. It says concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority. It says a violent strife between factions, a civil or religious disorder, rebelliousness against authority. And that's how it goes into the basically they're not going to regard their kings nor princes. That course of the action is going to stand in their power. So you're gonna go from one day everything is gonna be cool. You're gonna have the mayor set up doing their duty. All right, you got the clerk of court, everybody else performing the duty. Then all hell is gonna break loose, and their rank, their authority is gonna go out the window. They're just gonna be regular Joe Sally that came and worked their 9 to 5. All right, and the course of the action is gonna stand in their power because whatever you have in that day, whether it be hands physically, manners of sword, that's going to be law in that day. It's not going to be, oh, I can call 911 and get some remedy. I can call the ambulance and get some remedy. All right. It's going to be whoever's got the biggest whatever in that day, they're going to be holding court. You got it, brother.
The government infrastructure is going to fall, right? And that's what happened in Bangladesh. Government infrastructure totally failed. And what it say? They have an interim government. All right. This is Isaiah 19:2. Cutting down trees. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, countrymen against countrymen, brothers against brothers, Americans against Americans. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and against kingdom. And that governor, that prime minister of Bangladesh, those are her own people. Did y'all see on the news when they stormed her mansion? They went in the refrigerator, was eating the food. They was in the beds. They were all throughout her mansion, just having their way in there. Now, this is my question. What if she was there? What would have happened?
She wouldn't be here right now.
They would have dared her like they did Italy did Mussolini. They'd have hung her from the gallows, man. All right?
Yeah.
And that goes into that 2 Ezra 15, man. You got it, bro.
One more time, 2 Ezra 15, I'm going to start up verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
That's prophecies being fulfilled. And that talks about, right, that goes into rioting.
Yes.
Civil unrest, all the things the
strikes.
Devil, that the brothers bringing out, man.
Just like they had 17,000 workers from AT&T are striking in 9 states, and Louisiana is one of them. 17,000 workers are striking against AT&T, whether they be the ones that come out to the power lines and do their stuff for AT&T or the customer service. The 17,000 of them are striking out against AT&T. Their union is striking out for unfair labor practices.
Now let me tell you something. A Roman legion is 4,000 soldiers. So that's 4 legions. 17,000 men is 4 legions. Yes, that's a fucking army. That's a fucking military. In the ancient world, a Roman legion was 4,000 to 6,000 men. So if you said 17,000, 4,000 times 4 is what? 16,000?
Yeah.
That's 4 Roman legions. That's a fucking army, brother.
Yeah.
That could cause damage anywhere.
Yes, brother.
You got it, brother.
It says 17,000 AT&T workers in Southeast strike over contract negotiations. It says more than 17,000 AT&T workers in 9 states across the Southeast are on strike after accusing the company, AT&T, of unfair labor practices during contract negotiations this summer. It says those 9 states, let's see, it says Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee.
That's uproars amongst the people. That's several states in the union where you got thousands of men that's disrespecting their superiors, their government system,
their career that they've had for years and years, now going against their
infrastructure they've been under. They want to tear it down.
They're going against their daily bread. Think about it.
But that's prophecies been fulfilled on all levels.
That's right.
And that goes in the electrical company, right? All right, AT&T.
Yeah, and as well as the phone services.
All right, and then you got the truckers. Well, that was last year. They went on strike, right? You know, it's just every aspect is people bucking up against the system, man. And soon it's just gonna be all out blood in the streets, man. Just a free for all. That's what the scriptures say is gonna happen, and we love it.
You got it, bro.
You got it, bro.
Uh,
And we love it because it's prophecy been fulfilled. These are the tokens the Lord told us was going to happen before he came and delivered his elect, man. You know, it's not just that we're bloodthirsty, but the kingdom we ushered in, what it said, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence.
Right. Didn't you just say, you said the heart of the wise is in the house of what? Mourning,
bro.
So we're going to get a reward for that. This is John 16:20, Yahushua speaking. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. And that's when we see these prophecies come to pass. Our sorrow, what? It's turned into joy because it's a reward in that labor. Laboring goes into suffering. After suffering, after pain, all right, comes what? The joy knowing that you've worked for those results. All that pain, it was worth something in the end, man.
But brother,
you got it, brother.
Just think on the carnal spectrum. Our joy comes from seeing all type of death in the planet Earth. So how the world look at us? They look at us like we mad men. That the things that are happening in the earth, tumults, mass execution, mass death. That's joy to us. You see, that's what happens when you're disconnected from the matrix, man. And your eye is single on the kingdom of heaven. These things have to happen, man. And we love it. You got it, brother.
It says
and that movie Civil Unrest. We're gonna love it when these militia groups attack the White House, attack Capitol Hill. But we talking about with Gatling guns this time.
Yeah. The Lord said, "He that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh."
Yeah.
So the Lord is seeing all this fluster and on the planet Earth, all these heathen nations ruffling their feathers like they're gonna be the next nation to rule up. But guess what? The Lord says prophecy is gonna be fulfilled. Prophecy is gonna be fulfilled. The servants are gonna eat in that day. We're gonna be full, man. We're gonna be full and seeing these things and rejoicing, knowing that Yahushua is closer and closer to turning up. You got it, bro.
Going back to the article, it says Army Chief says interim government will be formed soon.
All right, now this is what's gonna happen in America. It's not gonna be an interim government that's brought in. It's gonna be a new interim means temporary.
Right.
All right.
For
what's gonna happen in America, they're gonna get order out of chaos.
Yeah.
They're gonna topple this government on purpose, and then they're gonna roll out a new legislation, a new what's the word the founding fathers about? Constitution. All right. They're gonna do it on purpose. And this new constitution is gonna be digital. The internet is not gonna be the same. You're not gonna have free speech, and your civil liberties are gonna get taken away. See, that interim government, right, that they're talking about, is different from what that lady had in place. What her name is, how you pronounce it?
Sheikh Hasina.
Sheikh Hasina.
Yeah.
Whatever she had in play all those years, her and her family was in power, this interim government is totally contrary to what she stood for. And that's what's about to happen here in America. That constitution, you're gonna be able to wipe your ass with that motherfucker.
Yeah.
These
just like the currency of the land.
You're gonna be able to wipe your ass with these blue face dollars. All right? That's what's about to happen here in America.
It's been breached, man.
Yes.
It's been compromised. The elder had posted this on 14th of August. It says, breaking, hackers may have stolen the security numbers of every American from national public data, around 2.9 billion records per the LA Times. Just a tweet, man, just showing that, hey, that digital ID, that currency that's digital is gonna be coming up the pipeline. Man.
It has to, because if you got people personal information,
prophecy crashing from the hills.
Yeah, if you got people personal information, you can manipulate their finances, right?
Right.
So to come in as a knight in shining armor, you want to say we're gonna wipe that away. We're gonna start this new thing where nobody can take your shit because it's gonna be in your hand, it's gonna be in your forehead, and it can't be compromised.
Peace and safety.
Yeah, yeah. But they're the one that called. They're the ones that snapped into these people's personal information and lied about it.
Yeah,
they the one caused the chaos. Yep. Yes, they're the one that did it.
They stir these things up. All right. Like we always use that analogy. He sets the house on fire and then comes in the back door with a solution. And he's been doing that over the course of history, setting the house on fire, and then coming through the back door with that solution. But this time it's going to be that MOTB, that's going to be the solution, the end all be all, the end game of the society. Either you're going to take this or you can't go back out into the society. We're going to throw you in an FDMA camp. We're going to invoke martial law. All right. But all those things that we're literally living in real time, it's according to this book right here, man. It was spoken of before time. Just like the Lord had predestined the prophets to come back on the scene to denounce the society and announce the things that are going to be coming up, especially Revelation 13 and 16, which is like the centerpiece of prophecy, man.
Yeah, the MOTB is the solution to all the civil unrest and riots we're talking about. That's the solution he's going to bring. That's what he's going to say. He's going to bring in peace, order. He's going to bring back civilization. Okay? Nobody will be able to steal your identity.
Yeah.
All
you
right?
should own nothing and be happy.
You should own nothing and be happy. Nobody will go hungry. Okay? Universal basic income. Okay? But for him to fulfill that enterprise, what does he have to do? Cause these uproars amongst the people. All of these economies hyperinflating is all by design by these corporate bankers, man.
Yeah.
You control the money, you control the people. Okay? You control the resources, you control the people. You could get them to do whatever you want, even sell their immortal soul.
Yeah, brother, you made a good point. You said he basically got a what you said. He was like he got to put it out there. It'll come back to me.
He has to bring in the trauma. He has to bring in the
Yeah.
disorder.
To justify going with his move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a maniac, bro. He's a fucking maniac. And he's somewhat of a mad scientist. It's somewhat ingenious what he's doing. It's wicked, but I get it. You know, it's totally sinister. But hey, we're not ignorant of the device he's using. We see straight through you. The peoples of the earth don't, and they don't understand when they go.
I remember
when they all go in these streets rioting. All right, when they all go killing each other in the streets. All right, these right wingers and left wingers, they're gonna kill each other.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to that point. All right.
Yeah.
Now the senators, they're gonna be somewhere in a bunker laughing and shit with their families. But the simple Americans that are deceived by the system and the political theater, they're gonna kill each other.
Yeah.
There's gonna be blood in the streets from fucking Florida to Alaska, from Maine to Southern California to Hawaii. All right? This nation is gonna be drenched in blood, man, in the coming days. You got it, brother.
Hey, if I could just back you up, because like you said, he's gonna be saying, "Oh, eat this, do that." How are you gonna tell us eat this, do that? You're already killing us with the food. So we know the end game is you want the earth on one accord. The Lord gave us like the brother had mentioned earlier, the eyesight to see. Okay, well, how is the man gonna tell us put this inside our body? And everything is going to be happy for you. Life is going to be happy. Everything is going to be on one accord. And we're in a society right now, and you're trying to kill us. All right. So it just the Lord that put the spirit on his men. To know, hey, this is the Bible. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
Yeah.
This is him live in the flesh through a nation of people, man.
He's trying to kill us right now.
Actively, bro.
So-called. Here, drink this high fructose corn syrup. He's killing you, man.
Sugar and everything.
That high fructose corn syrup is walking cancer, bro. Drink and put it in everything that's so-called sweet. I mean, honey is sweet enough. That's all we need. You want a sweet tooth?
Naturally.
Put some honey and some ginger and some what you call that soda? That water, sparkling water. Put some ginger and some honey in it. You got your cold drink, bro. Natural. It's not going to kill you. It's sweet.
Esau defiles it.
Put some lemon, splash some lemon in it. You got your fucking Sprite. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But he's not going to do that. I work with some devils, and they was looking at the Monster drink, and the bitch said, "God damn, it got 20 grams of sugar in this motherfucker."
Oh, sugar.
She was like, "Damn," she was reading, "It got 20 grams of sugar in this motherfucker."
Little can like that.
Little can like that, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's killing us. So you think he's for your turn? Him setting off a riot so he could fulfill his enterprise is nothing. And you take away a person's food, water, and rain. Brother, I have it on my phone. If the Lord said the same, I'm gonna do a sit down on it. The bitch in Nigeria, the news interview with the woman, and she was saying something like, to get the bananas, I can't even afford my family to get bananas. We can't afford fruit. We can't afford food. She said, this is why we're out here. Well, you can't just afford basic amenities, man.
Yeah.
What does that do? That makes people want to kill. What it is, get in survival mode. In survival mode, what does a black bitch say? I gotta use what I got to get what I want. That's how society, that's how humanity is, because there's beasts. All right, there are beastly instincts come into play when the survival comes, and there's nothing they won't do. And according to Revelation 28 and 52, it's gonna get so dire out here, you're gonna eat your children. 2 Kings 6 and 25. Yeah. When that famine hit Israel, and we were besieged, today,
your son tomorrow,
and we're gonna eat my son today and eat your son tomorrow. That's how bad it's gonna be, and it's gonna be worse than it was in the ancient world.
Yep.
It's gonna be more diabolical. All right, because of technology. And back then, they wasn't so. In the ancient world, our people had cultivating skills. They had hunting skills. Yeah. They had skills, and they had a famine and they couldn't survive. Here in America, it's gonna be sore worse because these people have no skill. They don't know how to filter water. They don't know how to hunt. If they do get a deer, they don't know how to clean it. Yeah. You know,
they could be fighting over the deer.
Man, it got people out here don't know how to clean a fucking fish. In fact, I was talking to a brother in the faith, say he didn't know how to clean a fucking fish. So you catch the motherfucker, you got to know how to clean them and get the guts, the entrails out of them, you know? So if you don't have none of those skills that our people had in the ancient world, and they resorted to cannibalism, what the fuck you think gonna happen? How long is it gonna take, brother? Is it gonna take long? And then they're gonna become cannibals in a week. Man. In a week, they're gonna be eating flesh, bro. They're gonna be eating human flesh in a week, bro. 3 to 4 days. It ain't gonna take long. You got it, brother.
We always bring this out. This Luke 21 verse 25, and there this shall speaking, and there should be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And you know, like we always bring out from the apostles on down to Lysamus, that word perplexity. All right, Strong's G 640, aporia, the state of one who's in perplexity, and then a root word, Strong's G 639, aporio, that goes into to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. And that's what's coming to these wicked people of the world. They're the ones going to be without resources and be left wanting and be in doubt because they don't have faith to begin with in the first place. And so, as it's going into, you know, when you're without resources and perplexity, it says to be at loss with oneself, be in doubt. So when these people, when they're not going to have access to food and the abundance and the comforts and the luxuries that they're used to, they're going to be.
Hello, Moto.
Could have swore I put on Do Not Disturb. You got it, bro.
Yeah.
She had to call Moto.
Yeah. So when these people
that integrity is gonna go out the window in that day, man. Mm-hmm. And that's all it takes. Like the brother was listing some names, people going from paycheck to paycheck, eating McDonald's 3 times a day, living in their convenience. Once that is taken away from them, it's gonna drive them mad. The average person doesn't do anything but scroll down Instagram and like pictures all day and think about food, think about Corneo whacking off, all right, rolling up, okay, and doing it all over again, man, in a 24-hour span. These people don't want to work. It's showing forth that the grinders are ceasing in this society, all right? So it's going to show forth a major collapse. It just has to trickle down in America. It's a domino effect. It just hasn't hit home yet, man. Bad news is going to beat you home. You got it, brother.
I got you to back you up. This for you,
You got it.
Luke 6 and 25. Warn to you that are full. for you shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn.
That's right. And the shoe is gonna be on the foot, like it said. Your sorrow shall be turned into joy, and then another's joy is gonna be turned into sorrow. But look at the lots of those that sorrow is gonna be turned into joy. What are they doing now? They're crying inside. Look at the lots of those that joy is gonna be turned to sorrow. What are they doing now? Living in the days of Noah, still trying to muster up some hope here in America, man. Where the money is failing, you can't get a decent job, you can't get the pay you want on a job. You barely have $500 in your account for an emergency. All right, you got debt pledges, mortgages. You getting heckled by unrighteous decrees. These photo cameras. You got these police departments manipulating the calculators, giving you fines that you shouldn't even have. It's all type of corrupt policies and dealings going on. Like the scriptures say, the city is transferred by violence and injurious dealings, man. That's what's going on in America. That's what's going to lead to his demise, and ultimately it's a plethora of things going on financially, religiously, military wise, educational wise, all these levels, government wise, political wise. The city is being dragged down to hell. Like that movie Dragged Down the Hill, which was a fictitious movie, but it shows the state that what the Lord pull it down one and pull it up another, man, in an instance. And he could do that with people in captivities, man. You got it, brother.
Yeah. So the uproars of people goes into famine. All right. The people are uproar because they are hungry, because they are starving. Okay. And what you see going around the planet Earth in these various different nations is coming to America full throttle. All right. And when it hits America, it's going to be 100 times worse than what is going on throughout the planet Earth.
Yes.
The Lord saves the best for last, man.
It's going to be an
right.
example for the rest of the
Get
earth.
that Isaiah 47. You know, shall no longer be called on.
Tender and delicate.
Yeah.
All right, I got you right here. It's Isaiah 47. I'll start at 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust.
All right, come be confused. Dust represents confusion.
Yes.
Disorder.
A low place.
All right. So the Lord is going to take order away from America. People are going to run red lights. People are going to storm police precincts to get revenge on what the police have done to their family members. All right. People are going to attack these Senate houses, Capitol Hill. All right. There's going to be confusion everywhere. People are going to bum rush these warehouses full of food.
Right here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's what the Lord said. I'm going to bring you down to the dust, bitch. You nasty fucking whore. That's what America is called in Revelation 17 chapter. A whore that sits on many waters, sits on a red scarlet beast, a lackey. Okay? The Lord's going to treat, how are you supposed to treat a whore? You're supposed to treat her with respect and honor and dignity?
No.
Nah, man. You treat her like her action. Her actions are weighed in the balance and she get treated as such. You got it, brother.
O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground.
All right, the Lord say, "O virgin daughter of Babylon." The Lord called her a virgin. A virgin is somebody that hasn't been tampered with, somebody that's pure. All right, and the reason the Lord called this the foul place pure because she hasn't been toppled. She hasn't been tampered with by other nations. The things that happen in third world countries don't happen here in America.
Yeah.
All right.
The facade of comfortability is still here in America.
Yes, brother.
They still got that sense of, oh, well, I could leave my door open at night. Or
yes.
I could go to the store and get a basket full of groceries. Or I could take my loved one to the movie or go to Disney World. And things seem as if it's still up and running. But it says,
stable.
Yeah. It says, sit on the ground. There's no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
So Lord's going to take away that dominion, that power with all the countries that look at her and measurement-wise at her. I want to go to America. I want to go to America, that dream, to make some of myself. The Lord said he's going to take all that away. He said the peoples in the other countries are not going to want to even come here no more.
Yeah.
And the Japs not want to come here and don't have to pay taxes in what, 7 years? It's a facade. People think they don't have to pay no taxes, but they do. They get a 7-year grace period.
The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah.
It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. A woman that hasn't been tampered with, that hasn't been defiled by a man, you know what I'm saying? That hasn't been bang, bang, bang. All right, the Lord is metaphorically speaking, saying that hasn't happened to America. An occupying nation hasn't come on this soil and did nothing unseemly to her. And the Lord said that's going to change because her so-called gift is going to become a curse. All these nations you're subduing, Pakistan, Palestine, who else? Iran, Libya. Guess what?
Yeah.
On these college universities, you have fucking Turkey. You have college professors and students by the thousands here in America. You have sleeper cells all over America from the people that you're subduing all throughout the planet Earth, man. They're gonna do something here. They just waiting for the Lord to put the spirit on them to do it. You got it, brother. Afghanistan, they here.
Syria.
They here, brother. You have Syrians here on American soil, man.
Melting pot. So it says Isaiah 47:2, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg.
And what does take the when you grind meal? That represents work.
Hard work, yeah.
Hard work. All right. The Lord about to get his bitch that work, man. She about to get it, man. He said, what up? Uncover the leg.
Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg.
Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. All right. I went in there some years ago. Uncover the locks means when you take the veil off of the one. All right. And make bare the leg. All right. According to our culture and custom, a woman's supposed to be what? Covered. So the Lord said, no, we're gonna expose you, you nasty, trifling bitch. We're gonna expose you.
Yeah.
And the way the Lord is gonna expose her by letting her get spoiled.
Right.
And she's never been spoiled. She's been doing the spoiling.
Yep.
How is the hammer of the earth cut asunder? This is Jeremiah 50.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So now that's about to happen to her.
Yep.
She's about to get hammered. Metaphorically speaking.
When you expose that woman, like I said, uncover thy locks, make the leg bare, you see, oh, she not tender and delicate after all. She had many lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go after her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That whore that sitteth upon many waters, like the brother said, verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
And you know how that's getting, how do you what the Lord say? Don't it's in the book of Ephesians. Don't be mesmerized, roughly paraphrasing, don't be mesmerized by the works of darkness. But he said, expose them. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord has set up his servants, the prophets, to expose this place. All right? They're getting made shame through the fire, the Lord's mouth, which is his prophets, where he's put fire in their mouth and the people stubble. All right? The Lord got his servants exposing this place, making her bare the leg. All right, taking off her locks and exposing.
Ephesians 5:11.
Yeah.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Bring it out.
But rather reprove them.
But in reprove, I mean, when you look at, I think that's the NLT, it says rather expose them. Get that in the NLT real fast. Ephesians 5:11. I'm almost positive it says, but rather expose them.
It's Ephesians 5:11 in the NLT. Take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, expose them.
Instead, expose them. Who's doing that? The servants are doing that to these Americans, man.
That's right. Like
Yahushua
said,
we uncovering them locks, brother.
He upbraided the people. You go into the NLT version of that, it said he went into the towns that denounced them.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing, man.
And you know how these rappers do, they have these little bras and they like what's the dude from Memphis, Tennessee? He started exposing Megan Thee Stallion. Then had another rapper did a song on it and was exposing her for the big slut she is. I heard the song recently. Manny Bag Yo did it first, but it's another rapper she was with. I forgot his name. He did a song and he exposed her, but most people was looking at her like they weren't looking at her in that light, like, oh, she's a celebrity. She, you know what I'm saying? And she's been exposed. She's a complete slut. Bisexual. There's nothing she won't do. That drinks out of many fountains of water. That's America, man. A complete slut. And the Lord has raised up a deep ditch, and the Lord has raised up his servants, the prophets, to expose her. These works of darkness that she's committed throughout the planet Earth, man. You got it, brother. We're not ignorant of her devices. We know she ain't shit. Our people think she's shit, but we know she ain't shit. Bitch, you ain't shit. Hope. You got it, brother.
It says the last verse. It says Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
All right. So when our Lord comes in, he's going to come in an extra celestial, out of this world entity, power. And he's going to take this place down, right? Say on his head he had many crowns. He's going to take the dominion from this place, but he's not going to meet him as a man. When he came on the planet Earth, he met this great red dragon as a man. All right, and he was a sacrificial lamb. Okay, but this time when he comes, he's going to be who comes from Bozrah with dyed garments. Who comes from Adunia with dyed garments from Bozrah. All right, he's going to come on that father ship with electricity oozing out of him. He's going to take this place down. Okay, but he uses prophets to expose this whole man and show her naked. She's naked now. You got the Ishmaelites, the dragons of Arabia calling her the devil. Okay, you got them brothers over there in the island of Jamaica, Benjamin, calling them this Babylon, the devil. Okay,
yeah.
People all over the planet Earth is calling this place the devil, man.
Even more recent, Candace Owens.
Yes. Now I looked at the Yashawamba video. He made some valid points. She just as well maybe control opposition, to take away our so-called free speech from what we are doing. But she is a fucking sellout, but she's saying some real shit. And that shows you how, if that's the case, how slick and fork-tongued this devil is. He gets to exposing himself to make a point. I'm going to let her do what she's doing so we can pass this legislation, fake lock her ass up, and everybody that's doing anything similar to her, let's go get her. And Donald Trump, he got on there and say, look, anybody that's doing anti-Shemitic speeches and saying, he say, man, we need to put them to death. So how do they get more rights than the so-called American? He say, he's an American. He's not a so-called Jew, right? How he's going to defend the so-called Jews more than he's going to defend his own people?
But he claims America first.
But yet he claims America first. He never said we're gonna kill Americans for speaking against America. He said we're gonna kill people that are anti-Shemitic.
Yeah.
They're speaking against my handlers, the people I get my money from. It makes no logical sense. And that's what the scriptures say, this place will pollute you. It takes away your analytical and critical thinking abilities, man. It makes no sense what he's saying.
Yeah.
You got it, brother.
2 Ezra 16:7. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
You got it, brother.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold and the fire. That's right. Insurrection goes into what? A rising up for those that fear the Lord. But that's only for it to be made manifest who we truly are. All right. Scriptures say some of ye shall not taste death, but the scriptures also say, I saw the souls of those that were beheaded for the testimony. So we know being in this truth, it's a win-win situation. Revelation 2:10 says, be faithful unto what? Fill in the blank. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. All right. So the Lord meant that when he said that we got to go through it, and it's going to be made manifest who we truly are, and that we're truly amongst the sons of God, amongst the saints, amongst the chosen of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And guess what? As we ascend up, we're going to descend down as New Jerusalem, and those incorruptible bodies ruling as judges on the earth is going to be worth it, man. All right? Like we always say amongst each other, like what? Spiritually, America's already destroyed, man. We're already ruling. We got to go through it. All right? We got to see these prophecies. None of these things shall fail.
We got the victory.
Yeah, we got the victory.
We got the victory, brother. You just got to hold fast. That's why Sirach, the 2nd chapter, said we got to cleave to this thing about us, bro. America's prophecy is going to be fulfilled. The Lord watches over his word to perform it. So if you cleave the prophecy, America's destroyed. This bitch is engulfed in flames already.
Yes.
The lake of fire has already happened, man. When you're in the household of faith, you believe what you read, this bitch is destroyed already. Yes. No matter what happens in our particular lots, this bitch destroyed, man. It's done. You stick a fork in it. That's all I had.
Why you got anything, brother?
Yeah,
We had 50 minutes.
That sounds good. Say don't stop shit.
Yeah, we good. I guess.
You bring out your precepts out and we can end it on that.
All right.
You can break it down too.
Okay. Second Ezra 7, verse 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. And we, the hopeful elect, understand that this current world is not the end all be all of life. We've seen Esau's glory, Esau's blessing. Well, now we understand according to the scriptures that there's another glory coming after this, which is what? Jacob's blessing, which is the kingdom of heaven. It says, verse 43, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
Yeah.
And as the brothers is going into, that day of doom is approaching. And we're likening to prophets of doom, speaking it into existence. As well as speaking that immortality to come after this into existence as well. It says, verse 44, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Which is, some of these things are happening right now. This truth is already sprung up throughout the earth. That's why Esau wants to pass laws to regulate the internet, and ultimately bring the family of the word in. And even like the elder had mentioned earlier, you had that recent case over there in the UK where the police literally pulled up to a guy's house and arrested him because of certain comments he put on Facebook, So the truth is sprung up, and Esau is doing everything he can to put it away now. But it says, verse 45, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. And who was that? Esau, Edom. It's like the brothers is going to. Esau and America, Babylon the Great, is already destroyed in the spirit, according to the script. Now it's just got to physically play out. It says, verse 45 again, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that had gotten the victory. And who got the victory according to the scriptures? Haushai and the elect that come after him. Whose Lord willing, we be of that number. So if we have that number of the elect, we already got the victory through the spirit. Just like America is already destroyed through the spirit. But now it's just time for these things to actually play out. That's all I had.
All right. So with that, I want to wrap this out. Was edifying to the hearers. You brothers and brothers, that are we're gonna push this. Brother Uriah was talking about. It's looking at these epistles on videos. You need to go to the closest great millstone camp near you and get yoked with the brothers. All right. We're at the end. These prophecies are jumping off the book, and our Lord told us to get locked in this final hour. Say he would not forget this labor of love. All right. So you need to get yoked with the closest great millstone camp near you, because you got a lot of people out here calling themselves Israelites, but they're teaching things they are not. All right. What did Lord call them? Slow bellies. All right. Their mouths, these Christians, their mouths must be stopped. So when we say go to the closest great millstone camp near you, we mean that. We don't need no symbol or no logo. It's this doctrine that's been taught. What did the Lord put on the spirit to tell Paul to write Timothy? He said, take heed unto the doctrine. All right. So you need to go where this doctrine is and wear out the steps of the prophets that are closest to you, so you can get built up. Acts the 8th chapter, the Ethiopian eunuch asked Philip, he said, how shall I learn unless a man teach me? Okay. So all that sitting behind the comment board with your pom-poms and all and shit, but you don't want to go get connected. We know y'all out here in this 337, man.
Yeah.
You guys out here in this 337 pump faking, man. You need to come out here. These brothers teach downtown to downtown, right? In the 337 every week in and week out, man. All right, you guys out there in New Orleans and Dallas, wherever you are. I mean, we talking about even if you're an hour away.
Hello, Moto.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I put it on stir. Even if you're an hour away, 2 hours away, man. If you feel that you're Yahweh, you want to go to the closest camp near you. And that word camp is interchanged with church. All right? The churches of Asia Minor. They're back here on the planet Earth right now.
Hello, Moto.
All right? So with that, Satan with this bullshit. So with that, we're gonna give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King. Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Harakakadash. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone. And salutation to our fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahweh Shai. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yashala.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Abba.
Abba. Mighty Shalom.